Glad to have you back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the conversation right here on Lagos Television. So what we're looking at now is the beauty in the language of poetry. I'm sure those of you who love the arts will understand that at one point in our young life, I don't know, there's this quest for us to appreciate poetry. And for everything you find, in fact, even all the major books that we know, it is coined in a very deep sense and beauty of language of poetry. And from the Bible to everything, you know, that the Bible I know about, I can't speak to the Quran. However, I believe that if you know the great orators, their poetry, their language is absolutely incredible. And it's something that is a beauty for all those who appreciate the arts or even the languages. This morning I have with me a poet, an author and performer, Yusuf Alabi Balogun, to help us perhaps appreciate more the beauty in our poetry. Please, good morning to you, and how are you doing, Mr. Balogun?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing very well today.
Thank you very much. So the first question, especially those watching us on this Friday, because we try to tone it down on Friday. We try not to talk politics or security or state affairs. We'll try to tone it down. And the question anyone will ask is, why do we have to talk about poetry or the language of poetry or the beauty in it? How does that affect anyone in Nigeria now when we're looking at the economy, we're looking at security and our day-to-day existence?
Well, we live in a society where a lot of people necessarily think that they do not need art, or, you know, art does not really affect their everyday life, or, you know, like you rightly said, when we have more seemingly serious issues like politics or economy and sustenance. But the truth is that at the end of the day, we all still return to art for therapy. We all still return to art for consolation. And when we talk about art, it does not necessarily have to be print literature in the sense of prose or, you know, theatrical stage play. Sometimes it is poetry, particularly because poetry has the capacity to euphemize our feelings and say so much without necessarily making it appear like it is saying so much. At the end of the day, when it is December, you see people going out to concerts, you see people resorting to Nollywood. I love to think that even God is a poet, because when he said, "Let there be light," I think that is poetry in every sense of it.
Okay, that is very true, and I like the way you put it. However, the question that bothered the mind is, how does poetry redefine beauty beyond physical appearance, and in what ways can ordinary language become beautiful through poetic? I like when you said you euphemize, and people do not understand that all the poetry itself is what they find in the movies, in the musicals, and all that. How do they relate? Maybe even before you answer that, the question bothering my own mind is the reality of our world as a human being. How do you begin to juxtapose that with knowing that words, poetry can really bring about some kind of definition for whatever you're passing through?
So the Yorubas have a proverb. They say, "Ọ̀rọ̀ ní yọ obì lápò, ọ̀rọ̀ náà ní sì yọ idà lápò." So words are capable of, you know, catalyzing change or catalyzing chaos.
Oh, are you still there? Oh, we seem to have lost Mr. Balogun. Network is doing a strong one on us, a number on us. If you're just joining us, you're watching the conversation, and we're looking at the beauty in the language of poetry. And of course, Mr. Balogun has been talking to us, the poet and author and performer. I love the fact that he's diving deep, joining us via Zoom, by the way. But I think we'll try to reconnect with him as soon as possible. But I do realize, maybe I'll just bring Bimpe in right about now. Because growing up, I don't know, one time I was addicted to poetry and all forms of poetry, because it has a way of just, even till now, that's okay. I don't know. I was in the car with someone the other day, and I was talking to her, and I said, "Oh, there's a particular Christian gospel artist that every time I enjoy his music, in fact, he's my best artist. His name is Fred Hammond. It's because of the lyrics of a song. Sometimes you listen to a song, you cry. Sometimes you are so giddy, you are so excited, and sometimes it has a way of just merging all together." And here you have in our world today where people just want to sing song, and you just have one line from beginning of the song to the end. So you sing all, and there's no lyrics to it, and there's no rhythm. There's the rhythm of the beats, but you don't have the rhythm of the words, which sometimes define how you see it. And I learned, there's one clergyman one day was talking about, why don't we even have lyrics again? Why don't we have, remember secondary school, not necessarily because we were in the arts or the social sciences, it was because sometimes when you go to, you will be told to write a poem. Okay.
And sometimes it's still from some people's music.
And for me, it's very disheartening when you have people like Wole Soyinka. Would they have thrived? And that's the question I was going to put after this. Would they have thrived in this world? The trial of Brother Jeru. You have all those times
Abiku,
and you have so many fantastic performers. And I remember all those greats when they write, and the drama, heart, creative. They really make the world go round. In fact, there's only one thing. If you want to get my wife to fall in love with you, is take her for a performance, a stage performance. Not necessarily go watch a movie. She won't just sleep through the whole process. But if you just take her for a performance, like a live concert, beats where they're performing, it creates this euphoria within. So my own question is, the likes of Wole Soyinka, all the dramatists greats that have passed on apart from Wole Soyinka, who is still alive, how would they survive in this world of no appreciation for the written word?
Real talent.
Even the porn, oftentimes, is what I like is, do you even enjoy writing something down? Yeah.
Josh, remember, I'm glad you're comparing then and now. These days, it is different. And like, as you said, I don't even think, we have this generation who still sit down and read and then, put words down to make sense. I like your reference to Wole Soyinka's poems. I remember Abiku when we were in school, and we're supposed to compare it with John Pepper Clark's Abiku.
Yeah.
Then when I was this guy, I said, "Why is it this Abiku? Why does this Abiku keep haunting me?" And also, apart from poetry, we had other poems or other books. We had Chinua Achebe. With Things Fall Apart, No Longer, and all of that. So, yeah, the times are different, and we just hope that when the time comes, we can also refer to some of this generation as great minds. Do they still write? You do interact with some of this, with many of these young people?
Yes, I do.
I know. So when you interact with them, at any point have you observed that, oh, these people will...
No, see, the last thing on their mind, is the wordings of a particular, even when they write scripts for you, or you're trying to even have a conversation. The first thing they tell you is, well, me, I don't want to go have a life of suffer. I don't know what kind of English that is, but they don't want to suffer at all. They want to, in fact, there was one, like every time I stay with her or him, it is when I love Mercedes-Benz. I love Mercedes. I just want to have Mercedes-Benz. This person is just 21. And I'm saying, like, Mercedes-Benz, like, is that even the first car you want to buy whenever you have money? And so the last thing they want to do is, like, my daughter coming to me and said, Daddy, do you like, one day she was so excited because she wrote a poem, and she had the rhythm on, let's say, so when I go out, you can find out, when you get to the hideout, you can, so she was just playing with the words, because they told them in school, like, write with so, and the rhythm of the estate. So she was so excited, and oftentimes when I say some things, I'm just trying to play with the words, and she would just say, word. I started laughing. It's just the appreciation of language. And I'm saying, so young people that I know, the last thing on their mind is, in fact, they call it stress. Have you noticed a trend now, even while they're in school, they castigate everything, and I'm wondering, like, what is the problem? You say, they'll say they are school, though. Whichever school, they'll say, I can't wait to get out of school.
To go and do what?
That's the question. This thing is torture. I'm just saying, is it just not a phase? You're in the university now. You will soon finish. Pata, 3 years, 4 years, you are out of school. And everything about them is, they castigate their school, especially some of them. I'm wondering, like, is it not the same school that all the greats finish from?
You need to.
It doesn't matter whether from all the private universities or even public, from Unilag to Babcock, they're always saying, I can't wait, this place is torture. I just don't want to stay. And I'm wondering, like, how long do you intend to stay in this place?
If we have a generation that is seeing university as a torture, that means they are there for...
You are not online again.
Because of their parents.
You need to see the...
I got a message yesterday. I sent a message to someone yesterday, and the person was like, the response, she's a young girl, who pizza? I said, which one is who pizza again? Which one is who pizza? I'm facing you people. Which one is who pizza? Is that a new form of asking who is this? Who pizza? So when you are writing who pizza,
have you seen acronyms? I take my time.
Are these ones going to do poetry?
So you see why I get close to...
Are they going to appreciate poems? Are they going to appreciate people like...
People don't even write again. People don't write again. How many people do you see write like like a
what does it mean?
A prose, and don't have to begin to abbreviate everything. So it's an interesting twist that thank God for AI though. AI can help you do all that. So AI is your best friend.
AI can
but I
mean, use it correctly.
That's why I'm always excited when I have people with spoken word. You have so many people now, like IB Quick, you have spoken word artists. We have so many of them. They can literally speak life into some people. They are not motivational speakers, but they're very flowery with their words. They can engender some kind of positive reaction or even emotions. The ranges of the emotions that you have from very happy to sad and all that. However, how many people even appreciate that? But maybe the high class, those people with a different set of mindset or environment. But I do. I love it.
Josh.
But how many people will have say, even as I'm talking to you, sometimes when I'm in the newsroom, I say, okay, let's even have a conversation. Let's have a conversation on a particular subject matter. They just move on to the next available. And I'm saying, we can't even talk. Okay, let's debate the music. Let's talk about the pros and the cons of the music. Let's have a conversation. No, we will talk about every stupid things available as against just having a serious-minded conversation, either the logic of it or the insensitivity of the conversation. people are going away from is the phone thing.
They're going
Everybody's
away from,
about
yes,
the phones.
Yes. In as much as you say, okay, this, or as we say, this generation, you know, are not interested in, you know, things like spoken words or serious issues. There was this reality show, you know, last year, Nigerian talent show or something, I can't remember.
Yeah,
And, you know,
where there's this
there was this
lady. Yeah.
with spoken words.
Yes,
and she performed.
I think she won.
She won.
Yeah, so, yes.
And I said, look, this is different. This is really nice.
And that is why I knew, because it's different from I don't want a comedy. I'm tired of maybe singing
or
another
singing or dancing. Yeah, I think a dancer won. Dancers won before that.
I mean, let us have something more cerebral, because for you to string all those words together, it takes nights and nights of practice.
And to say it off the cuff.
And that's what I'm saying.
And also perform.
Yes.
Ha.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
I really.
It's a long stretch. We seem to be having technical challenges with our guest this morning, but I'm happy that you have literally been my guest to help me through this. But I think the beauty in the language of poetry cannot be overemphasized. We need to go back to. I don't know. I mean, that's why the young people say that you guys are living in the past. But I don't think they understand what it means for you to go to class, your literature class, or to go to your club, arts club.
Do they still have those clubs like
we have chess club,
pen club,
we have
pen or something? I can't remember.
I used to be. I was in everything. I was in the debating society, literary society. Yes, they still do.
They still do.
Some people. Now, despite all that is happening now, we still have very young people that are interested in the arts, in the spoken word, in poetry. So we can't just wrap all of them in one bowl and just say this is how all of them behave.
No.
But the significant amount of people are not interested in the arts. How do we now get their interest? And I think it starts with when people like that lady that won that competition is shown. I've not heard about her
since she won.
We've
not heard anything.
But I know she's been performing in some gospel concerts. However, it can't be limited to that. All the financial institutions should invite her. Let's set up more. I really enjoyed my secondary school. And thinking about it now, I really enjoyed. We used to have what we call a competition of the arts way back then. Every young person really want to partake in it. It's a must that you bring your A game, because we have the debate side of it, you have the literary part of it, you have the song part of it for secondary schools. It engenders serious competition among secondary schools in Minna. In Niger State. I mean, it's the art. It's called. I've forgotten the ASCAF or something. Secondary school. I mean, if you want to go there. In fact, it was the first time I literally wrote a love letter to someone. Yes, and she rejected it with all sincerity and happiness. Thank God she did anyway. Because it was my other brother and I wrote that love letter all night.
How long ago was that, Josh?
It's over 20. I've left secondary school over 25 years now. Yes, now.
I left secondary school. Why are you laughing, Toby?
Yes, let's go on 50 years ago.
I left secondary school in 1988. So do the math. The math, yes. Do the math. I left secondary school in 1988, and I remember that.
Why would you call 1988?
That we used to.
That was when
we used to write a lot. Okay,
that was
writing was big then. We used to write everything.
Did you say 1988?
Yes.
Where was I?
I left secondary school.
I was in Lagos.
You were not born?
1988.
Were you born? Okay, yes, you were born. Maybe you were about
I wasn't born.
You were about 4 years old.
We were 4 years old. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
You were about 4 years old.
I went to
5 years old.
I remember 1988 was when we went to Bar Beach.
How long ago was it? Has anybody done the math for me, please?
1981 when we went Bar Beach. Then went to the malt plant somewhere at Costain. There's
46.
a malt.
38 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, 38. How is 38? Yeah, that's true, 38.
38 years ago.
38 years ago. Yes, I was a mature man 38 years ago. We went to Bar Beach, not Eco Atlantic. I mean, it was Bar Beach. And we went to a malt here in Lagos before I relocated to the north. But it was a beautiful Lagos then. Lot of.
Yeah.
I can't remember that much. I think I was about
Beautiful
5 or
Lagos.
6 years or 5 or 6.
VI ended at Morocco then. As in the island ended
Yeah.
at Morocco.
No, I didn't know anything. I just knew I went there.
Oh,
I saw a
okay.
lot of beaches, and it was a school excursion.
Yes, there was Bar Beach.
Yes, it was an excursion there. Then we went to malt factory, then 7-Up. It was interesting time because they gave us a bottle each for all the kids. That's what I remembered from. Well, we can't live in the past, but it was a beautiful time.
It was a beautiful time.
And I was talking about someone. I said, like, I left secondary school almost over 25 years ago.
I went almost
And
40 years ago.
Yes, so it's a mixed bag of times are not the same again with see I really loved my secondary, and I'm wondering, like, what are they doing nowadays. So my kids do robotics, chess.
Yes, there's nothing wrong in
Scrabble.
moving with the time. No, there's nothing wrong with it.
So that is their time. But where is the human interaction? Because you have a bunch of bullies in your schools. I don't want to even get into that now. 'Cause-
Okay, so we're still talking about literary
yeah.
moments when I was in school.
Please don't tell us when you left.
Okay, I'm not talking about. One thing I enjoyed about my secondary school was, when we had a particular novel we were reading, our teachers then would group us.
Don't let me get into the novels.
Would group us, and then we will act. Whether it's a prose, whether it's
The man
a
died.
play,
Chinua Achebe, all the
you
Chinua
know,
Achebe
and
no, you'll be
we act it,
engrossed.
and then we'll still go to National Theatre to watch. Yes.
Oh, you get to watch.
Yes,
Oh,
we get to
we don't
watch
have the
most
privilege
of the
of-
stage plays, by the books we were reading in class.
I remember the Femi Osofisons.
Olarotimi's, The Gods Are Not to Blame,
All these
Wole
very,
Soyinka's
very, very interesting people.
The Lion and the Joe.
So you need to honestly, for you to appreciate even the stage plays, just read the novels. Okay, things fall apart. See, I read that book for like 5 years.
But I also watched it. Did you watch it on
On NTA.
NTA
Yes,
then?
yes.
Okonkwo.
Then I think another one I enjoyed that time was The Village Headmaster.
Oh,
Yes,
Village
they serenade
Headmaster.
us with interesting characters, fantastic characters. But you can't have that again because in
That
those
was the-
days
I think that was the
it was only
Sunday
the network
medicine.
service. So you deploy very interesting materials. Everyone is like glued to the TV, not like now when you have about almost 100
Even
TV
if-
stations.
Yeah, and
So
you're
where
still
do you
sitting in
start
front of the TV and you're still pressing your phones. I don't know.
Different strokes for different folks. So if you try to tell your kids that, man, it was a fantastic time, to say, how exciting can it be than now that you are on Snap, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. It's just there. Anyway, that's about it for talking about the beauty in the language. I just had I had just a nostalgic feeling now talking about it, growing up and talking about the beauty in the language. Even the words used, we will steal lines from, I didn't get to do a lot of the questions, but we steal lines from the novels just to go use it on someone. It didn't work most times.
Yes, at least that forced us to read because we wanted
you
to come
read?
out to show
Because
that,
so that's that we used to
read
catch
your novel.
people. So as soon as you say one word, the girl will just say, Chinua Achebe. No, but you have a way, if you can quote enough lines that time, I mean, you are the champion. If you quote, and literature, you get to answer questions. It's beautiful, beautiful time. But I'm sure doing something in that regard now, but I don't know the intensity at which they're doing it. Having said that, I think we'll still have people that appreciate the arts and the beauty in poetry. I'm so sorry that we couldn't get our guest back, Mr. Yusuf Alabi Balogun. I'm sure the network must have played a fast one on him. But that's about it. I let Bimpe continue with Lagos. I'm sure she's not going to have internet challenge. We'll take a very short break. Well, we'll take a very short break. The conversation continues. I'll hand over to Bimpe. Bimpe, over to you.
Bimpe. I'm a princess.
You have to go there. So, Ade Bimpe, over to you to take over. We'll take a short break. She'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.